Now, before I begin today's video, there's a couple of things that I want to say. So if you look back at my Suicide Squad reactions this year, what did I say? I said DC and Warner Brothers should retain the services of James Gunn. That's number one. Number two, one of my subscribers, it's Cody. He or she predicted what would happen in the first 20 minutes of the Suicide Squad. So it's Cody. You got it right on the money, mate. Even though I read that comment, I didn't believe it was actually true. And despite it coming true in the film, it didn't ruin my experience. So dude or dudette, no more spoilers, please, for any future things to do with DC. Now, folks, without further ado, let's roll those opening titles and let's get into this awesome story because it happened 23 hours ago and I'm just reporting it right now because, as usual, like Tony Stark, I'm late to the party. Now, people, this news really excites me. Coming to you live from ScreenRant.com, the awesome people at that website. James Gunn has more DCEU projects planned, confirms DC Films head Walter Hamada. And this is really, really awesome. So this was published by Richard Fink, no relation to Barton, 1 day ago. Awesome picture of James there, looking cool as ever. James Gunn has more projects coming to the DCEU, says the head of DC Films. Shortly being let go from Disney in 2018, which was really the fault of Alan Horn, the guy who was higher than Bob Iger. And you know what, to be honest, despite the criticism Disney got, the backlash, I will say it was a good thing that it did happen that James Gunn was let go of, because when you think about it, we wouldn't have this R-rated Suicide Squad movie. We wouldn't have James Gunn working for WB. So I think it was a good thing. People were just hitting it. I know that all these stars of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 were coming to the aid of James Gunn. Fine, he appreciated it, but he asked people to calm down. It's a business deal. He's got to go his own way. Disney will get on with their stuff, but I'm kind of glad now. I mean, the thing I really want to highlight here was from the Hollywood Reporter in an interview with DC Films. President Walter Hamada hinted that Gunn would return to the universe. Hamada spoke about how he enjoyed working with Gunn and is always welcome back. Hamada did say he and Gunn have more projects planned in the pipeline, but didn't divulge exactly what or if would be another film or another series. So that's something to take note of. Gunn is always welcome back, whatever he wants to do. He really has a vision and he's a great partner with us. Whatever he wants, whenever he wants to come back, we're ready for him. He'll be back. We have more stuff planned, which is great. Now, in terms of what he could do, I know it's been touted here that maybe Crypto the Superdog, well, it's got to be R-rated. I'll get to that in a second, actually. But one thing is, yes, he's going to start Guardians of the Galaxy 3 very shortly. I don't know the exact time, but that will happen. But it's all PG-13 stuff. And I think when James Gunn really shines, it's with stuff like that. It's R-rated. Hell, he even did PG porn about 10 years ago. If you haven't seen it, do check it out. It's really, really funny. And like the title suggests, it is PG, but the way he does it, it's incredible to believe he even got away with that, but it's a very funny series. You can see it on YouTube quite easily. It's really, really funny. But I would say that besides obviously he's got the Peacemaker show coming out on HBO in 2022, January. I'll definitely be watching that, and if it is worth talking about and reviewing, I certainly will. So there'll be that, and then I would say they could try tackling a Lobo TV series or a live action movie, because James Gunn is one of these guys, he'll tap into a character that people just normally stay away from. Lobo is very un-PC, but given the way Hollywood is now, where everything has to be course corrected, we do need a lot more entertainment, a lot more fun in our lives. It can just be a guilty pleasure. And if anyone can get away with it and do it right, it's James Gunn. So I'd say Lobo would be one of my picks. Obviously not Batman, because that's in Matt Reeves' capable hands, or maybe not so capable hands at the moment. Definitely Superman would be something I can see Gunn gravitating towards, but I don't think it would involve Henry Cavill. It might be a different actor. I mean, I know James Gunn did that movie Super some years ago with Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page, so I know that could definitely, there could be not a retread of that, but something similar to, I don't know. But in terms of the other properties with DC, my Plastic Man is something that he could do. I mean, I know he got on well with David Dastmalchian, so, there's no reason to think that we wouldn't have Polka Dot Man as a movie or a TV series. And David Dastmalchian, holy crap, man, that guy's reputation has really blown up now. Like, everybody wants to work with him. He's a fantastic actor. Again, if you saw my review for the last Halloween, recently, I didn't even know that was him voicing Calendar Man. David Dastmalchian has got some range, let me tell you. So I'm kind of really excited about this. I know James Gunn. I'll say one thing about me, right? That because whenever I'm not talked about myself in any of these videos, but while I am a Spider-Man fan, first and foremost, like that was my boy growing up. I mean, I obviously got into the Batman character from the Adam West TV show, and then obviously the animated series in the 90s, and of course, Frank Miller. So, Batman is my DC boy. I'll probably say second to him would probably be maybe Wonder Woman or The Flash. I mean, Superman is a bit further down because I really haven't read enough Superman. I mean, to me, Superman is just almost the perfect superhero. I know he's impervious to kryptonite and magic, but I always like my heroes to be flawed. They have to have some really kind of a human trait, an emotion or something that becomes their Achilles heel. That's what I'm really, really attracted to when it comes to a hero. So yeah, it's going to be a tough one to know exactly what. I mean, it's a tough one actually, but I'm glad Hamada's kind of keeping this a bit of a secret for now. When they're ready to announce it, they will, and I'm kind of glad that when it does happen, it's going to be something spectacular. But of course, Gunn is going to be doing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 shortly. Like I said before, all the Marvel Disney stuff is very PG-13. Whether that appeals to James Gunn's sensibilities, because that stuff will restrict what he can kind of do to a degree. Yes, we saw Chris Pratt as Star-Lord giving the finger in the very first Guardians film, but yeah, whether people will accept that now as something as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward, I don't know, to be honest. Again, Marvel, other studios are afraid to be daring now. It all has to be safe. You don't want to offend anybody, which is absolute BS in my books. But WB, DC, I've always championed WB anyway. They're not without their faults, of course, but honestly, this is really great news. And I'm glad that James Gunn has got an ally in the form of Walter Hamada. I think it's going to be the beginning of a beautiful friendship, people. And I think secretly, Gunn prefers to be somewhere where he's allowed creative freedom. People aren't going to come back and attack him for tweets that he did over 10 years ago. Warner Brothers knew that, and they've already it's like, you know what? You did that 10 years ago. We know you don't mean those things. Just come and work with us. Just, revive our reputation. And look, given the way Suicide Squad is doing at the moment, with an impressive 98% score on Rotten Tomatoes, I don't think Warner Brothers have anything to worry about at the moment. And Gunn himself has said he had such a great time working on the Suicide Squad. It was great. He's had a great cast and crew around him, the actors he worked with. I mean, look, can we rule out a Harley Quinn movie? Like another one, a fourth one in future? I don't think so. Maybe a live version of the Harley Quinn animated show. Bring in Poison Ivy, have those two being a couple. I think that would be awesome. Maybe get Kaylee Cuoco to be Poison Ivy. I know she's playing Harley in the series, but maybe just do a bit of just a bit of a switch, because that would be kind of meta, right? You got Margot Robbie playing the live-action version of Harley, acting against Kaylee Cuoco as Poison Ivy. That would be kind of awesome. But honestly, guys, I thought I'd bring this news to you because, I've been waxing lyrical about James Gunn on my channel. I was mad for the Suicide Squad. I'm obviously going to go and watch it again, hopefully next week. maybe solo or with a couple of friends, I don't know. So on that one, folks, you take it easy, and I will see you on my next video. And when I sign off today, I'm actually going to watch another episode of Ted Lasso, because my God, that is a damn funny comedy and my kind of humor.
Like and subscribe, or get your nuts Krogan crushed.